Good morning, everyone. I am in my home office. It is about 4 a.m., getting ready to head into work. I'm probably going to drive a little bit of Lyft first. As you can see, I have corrected my mistake and I'm now filming in the correct format. I'm sure that was very annoying for some of you more advanced YouTubers to see that, so I do apologize, but I promise these videos are going to get much better as I go along and as I learn. So, like I say, this morning it's 4 a.m. We have to have the buildings open for my construction crews at 6 a.m. And I'm going to drive a couple of Lyft rides, I believe, first, and then head on in and get those buildings open and show you what it is that we do when we renovate these schools while the children are away. So hang tight. I'll be back. Well, unfortunately, Lyft was a bust again. Only did one ride. Ended up being a total of like $16 or so. But it's 10 after 5, so let's head on into the school district and show you what we're doing to remodel the schools for the kids this summer. See you at the first school. Okay, we are headed to our first school here, which for the purposes of these videos I'm going to refer to as school number 1. It's about 5:45 in the morning, and we've already done quite a bit of work in this school, actually in all 3 schools. The kids have been out of school for about 3 weeks now, and we're heading into our 4th week of construction. This is going to be a short week with the 4th of July holiday. But let's take a walk through this school and kind of see some of the things that we have going on for the summer renovations of 2024. So I probably didn't tell you guys, but I am a construction superintendent. We are the managing group for these school renovations. The school renovations are funded through a bond, which means that the people in the local area voted and awarded the school a bond, which gives them money to make renovations and improvements to the school. So we are here and we're going to get this building unlocked, take a look at what we have going on here. Take a minute here to get myself together. I'm the first one here, so we're gonna have to do a few things. We start off in the morning, if I'm the first one here, by opening the building and disarming the alarm. Okay, we got that done. So when we first walk in here, we walk into the receiving area, which is where the custodians normally have, in these couple of rooms here, all of their cleaning supplies, equipment, etc. We will be ripping up this floor and installing an epoxy flooring. But unfortunately, we did some testing and the floor came up positive for asbestos, so it will have to be abated. I want to take you into, this is the boiler room. This school has 2 Airco boilers. We started the summer off by disassembling some of the drains on these boilers. These are Airco boilers, and draining out the water because one of our major projects at all of these schools is to install new VUVs, which stands for vertical unit ventilator. It's basically like the furnace in your house. It provides the heating and cooling for the classrooms. Another item we've been doing this summer at this school is we have been demoing out the existing electrical panels, which were very outdated, and the school was having a lot of issues with them. So we demoed those out, and we've installed new panels. These are Siemens electrical panels, which should give the school many years of use without issues. So the next thing I have to do here is I have to, what they call, dog down the construction entrance door so that our contractors can get in for the day. And that basically, means that we put a Allen key in this little notch here, and then we push in, this is hard to do, push in the panic bar and give it a twist, and it unlocks the door. It's very hard to do one-handed. As I continue with these videos, hopefully I'll get a little better with this. As you can see, we've had to clear out a lot of the rooms and put the items in the hallway. So let's go into a typical classroom here. We have our contractors' toolboxes, or what we call gang boxes, in the room, and this is where they have their plans set up, and they kind of use it as a staging area. So here you can see where we removed a large section of the ceiling grid and tile. Now this was done to allow the existing unit ventilator, which looked very similar to this, to be removed, and this new unit ventilator, which you see right here. This unit basically sucks air through the bottom here, and it comes out of the top and goes into this ductwork, which then either heats or cools the classroom. So as part of the modifications, this draws its fresh air from the outside, and I'll show you that real quick. We've had to modify the vent system here to allow for a new full-length louver. So previously, you see this bottom panel here, imagine that on this other side it was just a little louver. We then pulled out the panel and the old louver and installed one large full-length louver. So that'll allow this new unit to have plenty of airflow. This new unit ventilator is larger than the old ones, so in a lot of the classrooms we've had to take out a sink and one cabinet that sat in this area here, because this new unit would not fit in that space. So we will be getting a new cabinet here. We'll be modifying the countertop and reinstalling it. Let's continue walking through the building and take a look at some of the other items that we've done. So as you can see here, we're removing some of the old doors that the school had and installing new doors. This bathroom door has already been installed. This is another example of the electrical panels being upgraded. We haven't replaced the block yet on this panel. Another new door. This is the main office of the school, and it got all new doors. So you can see we leave the old door next to the new door because we have to replace all the hardware, like this handle that you see here, doorknob. As a construction superintendent, I start every day off by walking the schools, verifying what has been done from the day before, what hasn't, what needs to be done, and then I organize with the crews. So here is a great example of another electrical panel that had to be changed. We've already placed the new brick back, and it just now needs to be cleaned and the panel cover put on, and it's ready to get started with a new school year. These are those full-length louvers. You can kind of see it a little bit better. Let me get the light on the classroom here. Okay, there we go. So this is an extension that goes on the new unit ventilator to pull it off of the wall a little bit. But that's the full-length louver, and that allows for the airflow in the back of these unit ventilators. Now, up top here, you can see there's two copper pipes with a blue cap on them. Those will eventually be connected to these two pipes here, which come from the boilers that we were talking about earlier. Those boiler lines, the reason there's two of them is you have one, oops, got my finger in there. You have one that comes from the boiler, it's called your supply line, and then you have one which is a return line. So it supplies your hot water and then returns the cool water back to the boiler to be reheated and sent back through the system. Now, one of the other items we've been doing this summer is some new concrete, as you can see to the right here. This used to be a little patch of asphalt. It was honestly not very good shape. It was completely broken up. Now, the smears that you see on the ground there and some of the tire tracks and all that all gets cleaned off. But here's an example of that under construction. Obviously, the kids got a hold of our cones. They love to play with things, but we've ripped that out. That was the asphalt, and this will all get new concrete in its place. So that's kind of the bulk of the work that's being done at this particular school. And like I say, for this video and for future videos, we're going to call this school number 1. Shortly here, we'll head over to school number 2 and do a little walkthrough of that. It's a very similar scope of work. Just let's go back here to the unit ventilator again. So these fans are what move the air through the units. This is a condensate line here, and that is for the air conditioning system. So in this one cabinet, very similar to what you have in your house, it provides heating through the hot water and boiler system, and then air conditioning through a compressor that is actually located inside the unit. And once we get some of these set, I'll go ahead and open one up and get some pictures of that for you, or some video rather. I think that's all we're gonna look at for right now in school number 1. Stay tuned, we'll head to school number 2. So I realized that the video at school number 1 was getting rather long. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off here. This way, try and keep the videos under 20 minutes or so they're not long and boring. But tomorrow we'll do school number 2, and then the next day we'll do school number 3. School number 3 has a pretty exciting crane lift with the replacement of some rooftop units, so that should be pretty interesting to see. Please remember to subscribe, like the video, and leave me some comments. You know, if there's other things that you want to see, or you have questions, or you want to learn some more detail about what it is that we're doing as we remodel the schools, I'll be happy to make separate videos or provide some additional information on that. Once again, you know, with this being a new channel, obviously if you subscribe and share it and like it, that'll really help the channel grow. And quite frankly, it'll make me feel good about taking the time to make these videos. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching, and bye for now.